Urushi, your mom's gonna go to work, so for breakfast, just microwave lots of the fridge and eat that. And make sure you go to school, okay?
Yeah, I'm Urushi, in 5th grade. Just recently, I moved into this town. The reason was, in my last town, I wasn't going to school. It's not like I was being bullied or anything. It's just that I kind of stopped wanting to go. Well, at that time, I guess you could also say that I didn't have much energy in my heart either. Even still, this place is so rural. The town where I was living before was somewhat of a city, but this place has a lot of green. You could even say there's too much green. There's not even a movie theater, nor is there a toy store. Well, to be honest, if I were to say it's inconvenient, it's inconvenient. So this is the town where Mom and Dad met each other.
Interesting, Urushi. You like monsters too, huh?
Yeah, because they're cool. If only they actually existed.
If they really did exist, I'm sure it would be a big commotion. But did you know that there are actually living creatures that are like monsters?
What? Really?
Yeah, see? Look at this.
Wow, it's so cool. I want to see one.
This is called a crocodile. In Japan, you can see them at a zoo. When my work calms down a little bit, why don't we go see them together?
Yeah! I'm gonna go now, Dad.
Urushi, good morning!
Oh, Akane! Good morning. You have a lot of energy again today.
Well, that's a given, because if you take away the energy of a kid in a small town, what do they have left?
That sounds like a stereotype, but...
More importantly, tell me more about the big city again today.
Yeah. This town's a small town. Because the birth rate's also declining, the only kid who's the same age as me is Akane, and only Akane. Well, it does get exhausting spending time with a lot of people, so I think this amount is just right for me. More than anything, that one person who's the same age as me is this energetic, so I guess it doesn't change how tiring it is.
I see. I didn't know there were that many clothing stores in the big cities. You told me information about the clothing store, so I have to thank you. Next time, do you want to go fishing together? There's a pretty decent river.
Fishing, huh?
What? Would you prefer to go fishing for frogs? In that case, the fishing spot would be...
Akane's hobbies? They're a lot more boyish than they are girlish. Anyway, I'm not gonna go fishing. More than playing outside, I want to watch monster movies at home anyway.
What? I can't fish to go to fishing!
Cut it out!
But monster movies, huh? So you like monsters?
My dad was a monster maniac, so because of that influence...
Interesting. I see. Oh, speaking of monsters, there's actually one pretty interesting story.
That's a ghost! What kind of story?
In this town, there's a rumor that there's a crocodile that's like a monster.
Crocodile?
That's right. You know how this area is a small town? But back in the day, apparently there were a decent amount of people. If there were people, then there were also shops. Even if it wasn't as much as a city, apparently it used to be pretty convenient. And one of those shops used to be a pet shop. But apparently, that pet shop wasn't managed very well. In the sewage of that shop, apparently some random fish got mixed in, and they started increasing the nearby river.
That's a disruption of nature! These days, that would be a huge problem!
Even back then, apparently it was a big problem. There were a lot of complaints, and the shop ended up having it closed down. That's why in the end, the owner of the shop ran away at night. But then, at that time, he didn't know what to do about the pets. In the end, the rare fish and the birds and stuff that were in the shop, he had let them out in the wild.
Once again, a violation of nature.
And then, in that way, among the animals that were let loose, apparently there's a crocodile. And that crocodile got into the river and stayed there. Even these days, the babies of the crocodiles are also around this area. So?
That's a rumor, because crocodiles can't live in the climate in Japan anyway.
What? Really? But hasn't there been some news reports even to this day that they've been discovered a number of times?
Most of the time, they're actually just snapper turtles and things like that people mistook. Anyway, in Japan right now, there aren't any crocodiles outside of the zoos.
What? But in this area, it's been a pretty big rumor for the generations now. And there are a lot of adults that said that they saw it when they were a kid.
Well, I guess it's true. I can't say that it definitely doesn't exist. And there was a news report a few years ago that they found a crocodile in the South region. And even if that wasn't the case, in old Japan, apparently crocodiles used to live here.
What? Really?
Well, the more popular explanation is that it wasn't crocodiles, and that it was sharks. That's why 80 to 90% it probably doesn't exist. But you can't say that the 10% doesn't exist. If it does exist, I do want to see it.
Oh, looks like you're on board. Well then, let's go look for it.
Yeah. Ever since then, I started searching for the crocodile together with Akane.
Oh, isn't that a crocodile?
That's driftwood.
Oh, isn't that a guppy?
That's also driftwood. And isn't your target different? Of course, it was a given that we didn't find it, but it was pretty fun. Watching monster movies at home was the best, but it wasn't so bad to go outside and be in nature either. Along with searching for the crocodile, I even went fishing together with her in the river. And we also collected some driftwoods after that. I always thought that driftwood was only in the ocean. I didn't know you could also get them in the river.
There's a mountain nearby here. That's why maybe it gets mixed in the river a lot. See? Look at this, Urushi. This driftwood. Doesn't it look like a monster?
No. It's still lacking some details. If you shaved here a few more centimeters, then it would look even more like a creature.
I didn't think they were going to react to this seriously. Urushi, you seem like you're having fun lately.
Well, I guess I've made a friend. Her name is Akane.
Oh my, could it be a girl? I guess I can't just leave you in the corner either.
It's not like that, okay? By the way, Mom, you used to live in this town a long time ago, right? In that case, have you seen a crocodile or anything?
A crocodile? No, I haven't. At the very least, not a real one.
Well then, what about any stories about someone seeing a crocodile around town?
I haven't heard any stories about people seeing them, because when I started middle school, I moved out of this town. Maybe it was a story that got around after I moved. But maybe it was your father he would have known.
Apparently there's a crocodile that's this big!
I see. I wonder if there's proof. Because that man, he loved monsters so much, and ever since he was a kid, he also loved crocodiles and things like that. Well, but your father wasn't a person from this town anyway. He moved here towards the end of elementary school, and when he started middle school, he also went to a different town too. My father-in-law, your grandpa, was transferred a lot for work.
I see.
But I do have a lot of memories with your father in this town. Back then, we even made our own secret plot of land. We had similar hobbies. We played together a lot. When other kids took our secret land, every time we would try to find a new spot and move it around. Hey!
Well, back then, there were probably more kids, too. But a secret land, huh? Akane's pretty playful, so she seems like she'd like that.
That's crazy! That's amazing! That's so cool! And that's why I found it! This secret land!
Just as I thought.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Anyway, when school's over, let's go together! You know the river where we always playing? There's a mountain nearby there!
All right. That day, it was sunny, and I'd gone into the mountain together with Akane. What?
Are you okay, Urushi? Be careful. Sometimes there are trees that have fallen over and it becomes easy to trip on them.
All right. By the way, is this the secret land?
That's right. I didn't think that it would make it in somewhere right after climbing the mountain. It's so bold. More than a secret land, it's more like it's just land.
Looks like it's had some years. Like it's pretty much blended into nature for the most part.
Oh, look, Urushi! There's a pretty cool looking branch.
Good for you. Could it be? I wonder if this is also something that Dad made.
What? Oh no, it's raining!
It's pouring! Even though they didn't say the weather report, I guess it's one of those gorilla rainstorms.
Well, it'll probably stop after a while. Let's shelter from the rain here.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
What?
No, it just kind of seems like you've gone quiet.
Whenever I hear the sound of rain, it makes me remember, because the day that my dad passed away in a traffic accident was on a rainy day like this.
Sorry, I shouldn't have asked that.
No, it's okay. I was the one who remembered it on my own. I had plans with my dad to go to the zoo together and see a crocodile. But in the end, that never came true. Ever since then, I've still never seen a crocodile in the flesh. And maybe that's also why I got on board with you, to go find the crocodile.
I see.
Oh, the rain stopped. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's flooded quite a lot. When we got here, we were able to cross it easily, but it looks like a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Why don't we go around?
Yeah. Ah!
Akane! This is bad! Akane! Grab onto this driftwood!
Thanks! You saved me!
But my leg cramped!
Urushi? Wait for me! I'll go look for a long branch or something around there. That's right! At the secret land earlier! There it is! Urushi! Ouch! The fallen tree from earlier! Wait, what?
Ugh, I can't do this anymore. I don't have any more stamina, and I'm fading.
Crocodiles are really cool, Urushi. They're really rough and strong, and the big ones, they're real monsters. Someday, let's go see it at a zoo together.
Dad! Yeah, you're right. I want to see a crocodile with you. But in reality, it didn't have to be a crocodile. As long as I could be with my dad, that was it. But even still, it's so big. My dad's back, and it's so warm. Wait, what is it? Is it rough? And not only that, but it feels a little cold. In that case, this isn't my dad's back. It could be a big crocodile.
Urushi, your friend is calling you. You should go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Thank goodness!
Akane!
It really is a miracle. I completely thought that you had drowned, but then you grabbed onto that and you came floating up.
Whoa! It's a crocodile!
Well, it's not a real one, though.
What?
It was a sculpture that was made out of a driftwood. Remember how there was a tree that had fallen over the secret land? This is it. After I tripped on it, it started rolling, and then this jumped right into the river. Luckily, it must have fallen near you, Urushi, and I guess it ended up becoming like a floaty for you.
I see. Yeah, probably everybody saw this and they thought it was a crocodile. Now it's had a few years and it may have changed, but back then, it probably was a lot more of a proper shape.
Hey, could it be that all the stories about seeing a crocodile up until now? What about the pet shop?
That was just an urban legend. It probably just got tagged along to those stories of seeing the crocodile. It happens a lot.
So I guess it's similar to people saying they saw a ghost.
But it saved me. Because if it was real, then things probably wouldn't have turned out like this.
But even still, I wonder who made this. A crocodile this big.
Maybe it could be that this isn't a crocodile, and this is a monster.
What? But why?
Because the person who made it loves monsters. This was a story I heard from my mom later. It turns out that when they were kids, my dad used to make crocodiles out of the driftwood a lot. By placing it near their secret land, it was to scare off the bad kids who would later try to take their land from them.
It's a crocodile curse!
In the beginning, half of it was a hobby, and he'd also taken all kinds of measures to make it last a long time. Even though it was covered in moss, maybe that was also the reason why it had maintained its original shape. But even still, he wasn't able to avoid the damage that would happen over many years in nature. We tried to lift up the crocodile sculpture that saved me in order to return it to its original place, but as soon as we lifted it up, it broke. Almost as if to say that it fulfilled its purpose.
A few years later, from there, time drifted on, and we'd become college students.
Urushi, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Akane. We'd both gone on to schools in Tokyo, and even now, we're close as friends in the same grade.
But even still, I saw it, Urushi. You're amazing. Your driftwood art, it's gone viral on social media.
Oh yeah, I'm grateful for it. After that, I also got hooked on making sculptures out of driftwood. Currently, I'm also making things like original monsters.
And especially your reptile sculptures were a huge hit. Did you use a crocodile that we went to go see as inspiration?
Well, we did go to the zoo after all, didn't we? Thanks for inviting me on that day, Akane. It became good material.
Although that's not like I invited you for the objective of getting material, though.
What?
Never mind. But it was a pretty small crocodile, wasn't it? The one at the zoo.
Well, that's what it's like. Even if it's too big, it would probably be dangerous. Dad, at the zoo, there wasn't a crocodile that was big like a monster. But you know what? The sculpture that I saw that day that you made was more than enough. And as long as I don't forget how cool that was, I don't think that my hands will ever stop either. Which means that I've been able to keep going every day in my own way. So you can relax and watch over me from over there, Dad.